to the Blade Files.
So guys, boy Ice will cosplay. Today we've got episode 12 on the cutting edge of NZ cosplay, and we're going to do an interview with Ramon Hopkins. So we're going to find out, obviously like we always do, what he likes about cosplay, why he cosplays what he does, how long he's been doing it, all that sort of good stuff. So check it out. Episode 12 of The Cutting Edge, coming with you. We're rolling. Okay. What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 12 on The Cutting Edge of NZ Cosplay, and this time we've got my very good friend and excellent cosplayer, Ramon Hopkins, aka this time Raymond Riddler, even though he doesn't look like it at the moment. So, like we always do, we'll just jump straight into the questions and we'll get Ramon's thoughts on cosplay and everything about it.
Sweet.
So, how long have you been cosplaying and how did you get started?
I started 3 years ago, just at a whim that everyone was going to Armageddon, and I thought I'd just go down there in my costume, which I made for a costume party in Taurangas. So I just thought I'd just go to Armageddon as the Riddler, and that's how it all started.
It was an excellent Riddler cosplay, that one too. What was it about cosplay that initially pulled you in? Like, what made you want to try it?
Well, I suppose when I was young, I grew up in the superhero era kind of thing, where we always used to put a towel around our neck kind of thing and run around as Superman and stuff like that as kids. So I think I was actually born into it kind of thing. And yeah, it's just all stemmed from that, and just the whole community as friends and stuff like that, just everyone just having a good time.
Cool, cool. What are your main motivations behind the cosplays that you do?
My main motivations is just to, if I'm going to represent that character, I want to do the best possible example of that I can do.
Yeah, because like I wouldn't say you're typecast into a certain kind of cosplay, but like obviously you don't really do anime, you're more of a comic based, that's sort of your favourite kind of cosplays, or not really?
Yeah, anything to do with DC and Marvel is where I favourite.
Yeah. What is cosplay really about for you?
Just about friendship, really. Having fun. Just being able to be someone 2 or 3 times a year, and then have to be myself for the rest of the year. But like I said, just to be that representation of that character for that day or those days kind of thing.
Are these, like, do you think maybe there's certain traits about the characters that you cosplay that, like, when you cosplay them, you like to sort of have those, I don't know, those characteristics in yourself, sort of like for the day, like really bold, strong characters? Maybe that's not you, but when you wear that cosplay, you really feel, I don't know, like really confident, or not really?
Yeah, I feel confident. Like I said, if you're going to cosplay someone, try and do the best you can at it, and even if it means also going into character. And yeah, if I'm the Red Skull, like I'm trying to be like intimidating because that's his character, and I'm trying to portray that. And if you portray that through your cosplay and through your costume kind of thing, it makes that costume that you're portraying that much better, because you also got the acting behind your costume.
Yeah, there's, like, you're not the first person to have said that. Like not quite a few, but a few cosplayers that I've talked to and interviewed have said that as long as you embody the character and sort of act that thing full on, they really enjoy it that much more.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
Yeah.
Yep.
How much does your love of cosplay affect your life outside of cosplay?
Not that much really. I mean, I do it in my spare time, and it doesn't really affect my working career or anything like that. No.
You sort of like, so wandering around sort of in usual life, partly in cosplay, sort of, you don't do that?
Oh, I get out and about and do stuff. It's called Batmaning and stuff like that. And wear the most days in my civvy clothes that I wear. Comic book T-shirts and matching belt buckles that go with my T-shirts, kind of thing. That's just who I am.
Yeah.
But as for cosplay, I mean, yeah, I get out and dress up in cosplay just for fun.
Outside of sort of like the Armageddon or picnics or whatever environment, what do you find is the general public's take of, like, when you're walking down the street dressed as Batman? How do you find the general public views you? Like, do you think they all get a kick out of it, or is
they all get a kick out of it? They all respond to it, and they all respect it very, very nicely. Yeah, it's a good feeling when you meet a kid that comes running up to you and he's like, talking to his mum, and is like, "Mum's his favourite character is Batman. He's just going to be blown away just to see Batman in real life."
Yeah, like a lot of cosplayers say that too. When you sort of make a child's day, that just makes it completely worth it.
Exactly. You've done something right, or just yeah.
How do your friends and family view your love of cosplay?
Oh, friends are over the moon, because it's something different. I'm not the average kind of person that you'll find out drinking and getting totally drunk kind of thing. I'm actually got a social life, and it's an interesting social life. It's something different. It's not not run of the ordinary. I'm not a cut and paste person of this world.
Yep. Yeah, because it seems to be more and more what I'm sort of tending to find out is that cosplayers tend to be the sort of people that know how to have fun without getting drunk to do it. You know what I mean? Not that that's I don't hate people that drink, but nonetheless.
Exactly. Yeah. Just go out and cosplay and just have fun and just enjoy the experience, or
Yeah. Kind of ask you this one, but I'll cover it again. How much do you like to embody the character you cosplay, and is it all about becoming the character for the day for you, or is it just another fun character to do for the day?
I embody the character 100%, definitely. You got to portray that character in order to make people believe that you are that person, kind of thing.
Yeah. When I interviewed Jamie, she said that she listens to certain kinds of music to get her in the mood to sort of get ready for that day. Like, do you watch a Batman film before the Armageddon? Because I did. I watched, every day. Or you just, on Blade today, bring the Blade.
No, I don't have to watch anything. Don't have to listen to anything. It's just once I put that costume on, the kind of persona comes across that this is who I am for the day, and it's all up in the mind that how that person acts or how I'm supposed to act, kind of thing.
Cool. When you choose a character to cosplay, is it based on how much you like the look of the character, or is it more just a character you find you can relate to?
It's a character I can relate to, and just someone, when I choose a cosplay, it's usually not out of the ordinary kind of thing. You might not see that cosplay around that often, kind of thing. I mean, it's different with Batman, but like the Red Skull and other cosplays, you don't see them often at Armageddons, and that's the thing. I like to be different. I don't like to be same as everybody else.
Yeah, it's definitely cool to see sort of things that, I shouldn't say it's an age-based thing, but I mean, I kind of missed that whole anime, the Naruto and the Dragon Ball sort of thing, so I'm not really up to date on it, I would say, but stuff like the comic book stuff, I relate to a lot more, and I really like to see. Are there certain websites you use for advice, etc., when you start a new cosplay, or do you just pick a project and get to work with your own skill set?
Just pick a project, get to work with my own skills, just go out and search. Like say, for instance, like search a red skull, and then once I found the image I was happy with, then I built it from there.
Do you find as you're building a cosplay, you're constantly learning, or you just stay within your comfort zone, or?
No, definitely constantly learning. I've definitely learned new tricks and new abilities, kind of thing, or different ways to do things.
Cool. What techniques do you use build-wise, and which do you favour? Like, do you mostly work with foam, or you prefer to sew your costumes, obviously, or a mix of as many styles as you can sort of get?
Well, I don't like make costumes. I build them. I'll take different aspects from different on those sites, as you'd say, and like say I'll take a costume and then I'd add accessories to it, kind of thing. I don't actually make them as such, but my main thing is like if I have to make a prop like a gauntlet for Batman or a trident for Aquaman, kind of thing, it doesn't really matter what it is. It's just building that prop to suit the situation.
Yeah. Obviously, like with your size, like being a tall guy, do you have to alter, like for the stuff that you do buy, you obviously have to alter a lot?
It does, like pants have to be made a bit longer. But most of the characters I choose to go within my height restrictions, kind of thing. Like you won't see me dressed as Oompa Loompa kind of thing because it just doesn't look right.
Well, I mean, it doesn't mean you couldn't do it though, but...
No, it doesn't mean I couldn't do it, but like if you're gonna cosplay, try and keep within your, within your height range or stuff like that kind of thing. It just adds that extra depth to the character. It just makes that character come alive a bit better, where you're more suited to that kind of character.
Yeah. Are you more a fan of, like, just sort of preference-wise, or, just for your own visual, what you like to see, are you more a fan of the huge foam armour builds that we're seeing nowadays, like the Gundam and the mech? Well, we don't see them a lot over here yet, but, the mech cosplays, or the more sort of elegant sewn costumes that, like, Yaya and a lot of other cosplayers do?
I'm just a general fan of cosplay itself. I mean, if people put in the hard effort and it looks amazing, well, then you've got to congratulate them for that. It doesn't really matter what they build it out of. It's just, if you put in the hard yards, by all means, you should be congratulated for it.
What is your favourite cosplay to date? Like, obviously yours, as well as ones that you've seen.
My favourite cosplay to date would be... Oh, geez. It'd have to be my old favourite would be the Riddler.
Yeah.
Because that's where it all started. And the one I've seen would be... I don't know what it is, but he was like a big blue kind of... I think it was World of Warcraft soldier. He was down at Wellington Armageddon.
Oh, not the not Matt Reading. No.
Yeah, his one. Yeah.
Yeah, you're not the only one who's that's a favourite of the Space Marine. Yeah, that guy's an artiste.
That's
for
the one, the Space Marine. Yeah, that was an awesome costume. Awesome.
Yeah.
Outstanding.
Weirdly enough, he actually made that to go to the Sevens in, like, even though he's a cosplayer anyway. But yeah, like that was, he kind of more made that to go to the Sevens competition. What would you call essential tools for building, as well as, say, dream tools that not everybody does or can have, but if you could have, would certainly help your cosplay in a huge way?
Essential tools for building is definitely a hot glue gun and super glue.
Yeah.
I use a lot of super glue. Airbrush is really good if you know how to use one. And Dream Tool, probably to use Wobbler. I mean, I've never used it before, but it's something that I look like that I could get into, kind of thing. But
Yeah.
also to master the art of Wobbler, because the creations that they're starting to make now with it is just unbelievable.
Yeah. I bought 2 starter packs of Alter Ego Cosplay, or Alter Ego Warbler, plug, and yeah, it's pretty cool stuff. It's pretty easy to make a mistake with it, but it's pretty easy sort of to fix a mistake anyway. How do you deal with like the cosplay build blues when you just can't seem to get anything going, or you're not motivated to move ahead on your cosplay?
And I just don't touch it until I'm ready to do it, because you just got to have that passion just to do it, kind of thing. And if you don't feel like doing it, you should just sit back and wait for another couple of days, or wait till you find that motivation again.
Yeah. Have you ever had it? Do you get it a lot, or not really?
I get it, and I've had unfinished projects sitting around, but they've come, I've completed them, kind of thing, but it's just in due time. I wasn't ready. I had other things on my mind, other costumes or other cosplays that I had to finish, kind of thing.
Yeah. Are you strictly like, regardless of how many dream cosplays you want to do or what you've got in your list for the year, do you sort of like, you do a bit of this one, a bit of that one, back to this one, or you do that one, finish that one, and then you move on?
I can only do one thing at a time, so I generally focus all my energy just to that one costume, kind of thing.
Yeah. That's fair enough too. What tips do you have for budding cosplayers beginning in their journey into costuming?
Tips I have is just do the best you can do at what skill level you've got, and just don't look at others to think, don't be jealous of other people, because one day you'll get there. Just remember that we all started somewhere.
Yeah, definitely good advice. Who or what are your greatest inspirations locally or abroad in cosplay?
I wouldn't really idolize cosplayers, like the people that say they're famous cosplayers. I just do the best I can. It's just, it's my creation and my creation only, kind of thing. So I wouldn't say it's anybody.
Yeah. So basically, you just do it just to make yourself happy. You're not sort of doing it to say, "Hey, check out my talent," sort of thing.
Well, it shines. I do it because I love to do it, kind of thing. But then you reap the rewards when people say, "Wow, you got an awesome costume," kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I didn't do it just to get their appraisal. I just did it because I wanted to do something, make something, and be proud of it myself.
Yeah. Do you find a lot of difference in people that come up to you and say, "Oh man, I love your Batman," versus someone that comes up and says, "Man, I love the way you've done this and that on your costume," or appraisal is appraisal, regardless.
Appraisal is appraisal, no matter what it comes from or who it comes from, kind of thing. No matter what you wear, it's just if you've put the time and effort and you get appraisal, it's kind of the best feeling that you could ever do as a cosplayer.
Yeah. Given your local Geddon is your typical event for cosplaying, is it your main reason for going to an Armageddon, or like do you like the panels and the special guests and like the toys and all that sort of thing? Or
I just like to go there and dress up and have fun with my friends and stuff like that. I mean, I've never been one to, like I said, idolise people, but every so often someone arrives at Armageddon that I'd like to meet, kind of thing, but I don't really hold them in high contempt. Like, I'm not a fan person with celebrities, kind of thing. They're just a person to me, and I only treat them like a person.
It's fair enough. I like that take on it. What was the first Geddon you went to, as well as your favourite Geddon so far?
First Geddon I went to was Hamilton Armageddon, I think in 2013 or 12 maybe. I can't,
12, I think it was.
been so long.
Yeah.
And then would be my first Auckland Armageddon would have to be the highlight kind of thing.
Why?
Because it just gave you that, like, Hamilton Armageddon was a high in just how your cosplay was received, but Auckland Armageddon was just a super high because now you've had that cosplay received, you've been praised kind of thing, and the following Armageddon you got more of a drive because you've got more days, more costumes, more people kind of thing.
Yeah, like one thing I've asked, and I've sort of been surprised by who has said that they like, do you prefer the big Auckland Armageddon, like mega show, or did you like anything about the sort of the smallness of Hamilton Armageddon, even though we don't have it anymore?
Well, just the whole day or the whole event itself is amazing for Auckland Armageddon. It's one I look forward to every year kind of thing. But most Armageddons I look forward to, it's just I don't like the smaller ones too much because it gets too crowded. When you're in a costume and most of my costumes have masks kind of thing, it just gets too hot, it gets too crowded, and you just can't breathe, and you just feel claustrophobic kind of thing. I mean, it's not a nice feeling to be not being able to move.
Yeah. That's fair enough. Like, I sort of, obviously for the typical reason, I did like Hamilton Armageddon because it was kind of small, and my first Auckland Armageddon was just so insanely busy and so many people. I kind of felt that kind of made me feel claustrophobic, whereas I thought Hamilton Armageddon was a little more chill, but nonetheless.
You get used to it after you do a few Auckland Armageddons, right?
Yeah, this time around we sort of, I think maybe we need to plan how we attack Armageddon a little better. On that note, what tips do you have on attending a Geddon and cosplay, like prepping for the day, lasting the whole day, photo etiquette, that sort of thing?
Just be obliged to always receive a photo request because, I mean, they obviously hold you in high contempt if they've asked you for a photo, so always be obliged to say yes. Main thing is, like with guys as well, if you've got a one-piece suit, make sure you got a fly because it's just not right taking one of your mates to the toilet to get out of your costume kind of thing. That way I've learned from past experiences where I've had like a jumpsuit kind of thing, I've had no fly. And just keep nice and cool and just keep hydrated.
Yeah.
That's the main thing, is just keep hydrated.
Okay. Last question. Best and worst experiences at a Geddon, and by worst experiences I don't mean have you seen something shit, but you can say so if you want. I sort of mean, I went into cosplay that sort of I didn't have a fly and sort of thing.
Yeah, worst experience at Armageddon, probably just that sometimes you get the aftermath that you've put so much effort into it, and then you'll go through some of the photos from Armageddon and the aftermath is not really what you expected, I think. It's like you put the hard effort, but you've been, how would I say, shunned before because you don't have the legs of a superhero kind of thing,
Yeah, yours truly was unfortunately stupid enough to sort of do something like that, but yeah. What about best experiences?
Best experience? It's always a good experience with going to Armageddons and stuff like that. I wouldn't hold anything as a high content. It's just able to see all my friends and enjoy the whole day in cosplay is the best experience.
Cool. Well,
like you get to see them, see their costumes for the first time kind of thing. You haven't seen them for a while. We only communicate through Facebook or text message, but just to see them that day kind of thing, that would have to be up there kind of thing, you know, just that initial. We've all finally got to that day and we're all dressed in our costumes kind of thing.
Yeah. Cool, man. Well, that's pretty much all the questions I have, but thank you very much for your view on cosplay and everything that you like about it. So, that's us, guys. That's the end of the 12th episode of The Cutting Edge, and once again, thank you very much to Ramon Hopkins for sharing his view on cosplay with us.
Great.
Peace.
Batman out.